Are you serious? Are you serious? 6 fingers and 6 toes on each hand and foot. What? There's a family in Brazil, 14 members of that family have 6 fingers on each hand and foot. 6 fingers and toes. Unbelievable. Even I'm watching a little baby holding a baby bottle. It's got 6 fingers. And all of them are functional. One person plays piano, professional soccer players, the goalie. They have all of their fingers are normal looking in comparison to the rest of the fingers on their hand and their toes on their feet. Fully functional, 14 members of one family in Brazil. You start to talk about the Nephilims. You start to talk about the giants that once roamed the land. In the Bible, if you go to 2 Samuel chapter 21, it talks about some of the brothers of Goliath of Gath, the Philistine, the Nephilim, who fought against little David at that time before he was King David. And the scriptures tell us one of Goliath's brothers, his had a staff the size of a weaver's beam, huge. But in verse 20, so I'm in 2 Samuel 21, verse 20, and there was yet a battle in Gath, where was a man of great stature, that had on every hand 6 fingers, and on every foot 6 toes, 24 in number. He also was born to the giants. So this is a genetic hand-down, genetically within the Nephilims, okay? When he defied Israel, Jonathan, the son of Shemech, the brother of David, slew him. These 4 brothers were born to the giant in Gath and fell by the hand of David and by the hand of his servants. So these were a tribe of giants. The Philistines had many giants among them, and there was many tribes of giants in those days. So this family in Brazil, and they're a very nice family, okay? And they're not proportionately big. I mean, they're not giants, but they all have 6 fingers on hands and their 6 toes on each foot. And there's 14 members of that family. Now, not everybody born in that family has this, but lots of them do. And there's 14 total members of this Brazilian family that have this. Now, if you come to our live show today at 12 noon Eastern, we will show you a lot of these pictures of all of these family members. And they're a very nice family, but has this DNA. Now, there is we even got x-rays of their hands, everything is structurally perfect. The question is, if the evolutionists would say this is what was once among all the people. But us that study the Bible, biblical accounts, no, it was not among all the people, just among the tribes of the Nephilims. So has some of this genetic transfer taking place now? Or is there some other thing going on that we'll need to know about as we study the end times? But certainly this is a fascinating story, and we're going to look into it today and with the study of the giants that roamed the earth before and after the flood, as it says in Genesis chapter 6, and the covenant that God made with Abraham, that he would have to, eventually his seed would get into this land of promise, but would have to take out all of these different tribes of giants, Nephilims, that roam the earth, especially in the Holy Land, as that's where the fallen ones fell to begin with. So how did a family in Brazil wind up with 14 members of a family with 6 fingers and toes on each hand and foot? Well, we're gonna try to analyze that. What? In today's broadcast. Don't miss it. 12 noon Eastern. Also, Iran and Israel are having a war of words as we speak. It's getting dangerous. Benjamin Netanyahu held up a piece of that drone and told Iran, you don't want to test Israel's resolve. Well, Iran has fired back. And it's getting ugly, folks, as the armies are starting to compass Jerusalem, just like Jesus said they would. And these would be the days of vengeance, when all things written shall come to pass. They shall be fulfilled, including the cup of trembling, Zechariah chapter 12. Jerusalem would become the cup of trembling, and it's that right now. I'll be back with more in just a moment. Are you saved? 6 fingers and toes?